Thank you, oh my Father, for giving us your Son and leaving your Spirit till your work on earth is done. Now, theologically speaking, as far as God's creation is concerned, the Holy Spirit has a ministry to creation. I hope you know that the Holy Spirit's ministry is not just to men. The Holy Spirit is the life force behind everything you see. I know that science says we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. The reverse is the case with, you know, plants and certain kinds of microorganisms and so on and so forth. Teaching men without his presence will only become a mere lecture. They will be looking at you, nodding. You will think they are getting it, but their lives will not show. According to the principle of the kingdom, we never do anything till we verify that his presence is in it. When you want to do business, it's a risk to use common sense. You wait till he arrives. He is the Spirit of truth. The moment he arrives, everything that is a lie is about to be judged. The Spirit of God, he has a ministry to unbelievers. What is his ministry to believers? The 4 levels of ministry that I just listed for you is for believers. Direction, guidance, revelation, and empowerment. Bring the weak version of you and expose that person to the ministry of the Holy Spirit. Watch what happens. Weak men can become strong. Timid men can become powerful. Ignorant people can become full of light. All by the ministry of this Paraclete. God gave him to us and warned us. He said, I know that I want you to save the world, but tarry. Don't make the mistake of moving without him. At every point, verify if he's there. Is it not Moses that said, don't send us if your presence will not go? He was talking to God. So what is his presence? Was he not already talking to God? Which presence was he looking for again? There's something about your presence at the advantage. Man of God, I can tell you the secret out of the struggle in ministry is not just running around. You will run from pillar to post and you will not find anything. But when you find the Holy Spirit, he can grant you direction. This is the way. Thou shalt hear a voice from behind saying, this is the way, walk therein and you will find rest for your soul. The helper, the helper, the helper, ordinary man. But when he holds you, when he holds you, you will not look like it till you become it. When he holds you, people will even laugh and say, you want to do business? I may not have any advantage, but my goodness, when the helper comes. Listen, many of you have heard about my vision. Let me share it one time here again. I had this vision when God was revealing my call, and I was somewhere in a high altitude, and I saw a generation of people crying and languishing. And I was talking to those in front, just like an elevated position like this. And they said no food and no water. And I said, who is the cause for this? Why should the whole generation be without food and no water? And they pointed at me. They said, you are the reason. I said, me? I can't be that wicked. Why would I do that to you? And then I made up my mind. In that vision, it was like there were a few people who had chased me to that corner, and I just remained there. I made up my mind. I said, listen, I'm coming to help you, and if I perish, I perish. As soon as I opened the door, there was this giant gray bearded man. I know him. He stretched his giant hand and he said I should bring my little hand, and he held that hand and we began to walk together. The Spirit of the living God. We began to jump one building after another, and I couldn't jump, so I would follow the small ladder connecting them, but he would jump and sit at the other side and is just smiling and waiting for me to arrive. The Spirit of the living God. Believe me, I do not claim to know everything about the kingdom, but when it has to do with the ministry of the Holy Spirit, I've been given the privilege of access to know him. Are we together? Yes. The Spirit of God can reveal himself to you. He can reveal the word. He can open your eyes to see. You will see when others are looking. You can see. I told you in the morning that sight is not just a product of your eyes. It is your eyes plus light that is equal to sight. Even if your eye is working and there is no light, it's still darkness for you.